welcome to the Not My Scene podcast, the podcast where we explore different scenes, communities, subcultures, and corners of the internet and tell you what we find. I'm Yarden.
I'm Kaya.
And we have a very special guest today.
Hi, I'm Lili.
Welcome to the pod, Lili.
Hometown hero.
Thanks for having me on. So great to be here.
Dear friend of the pod, professional yapper.
Professional yapper, paid to yap.
Not today.
This is pro bono yapping.
Well, thank you. So we're going to start off talking about what our scenes have been.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya, what's your scene?
Okay, well, I'm just gonna do two scenes rapid fire because I didn't have a really strong one. My first scene is the fried egg gummies in the Haribo new Star Mix. I've heard that other podcasts have discussed the fried egg gummies in the past, and I'm reticent to copy content.
Live your truth.
They're really good, and the white of the fried egg is marshmallow, I think, and then the yellow is pineapple.
And the yellow is yolk.
The yellow is a soy-cured jammy yolk.
That would be interesting.
It is like Haribo's Japanese, so they could like soy-cure the yolk in it.
But no, even if it wasn't yolk flavor, I think it would be good if it had like a gooey inside.
Ooh, like a gusher?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What flavor would it gush, though? Right.
It's pineapple on the outside and then it gushes.
It's kind of like those like jelly beans, like the ones where it's like a gross one and a normal
like the birdie
one.
bun.
I really hope I'm getting raw egg. I need protein today. Sounds yummy.
Yeah.
But it's always marshmallow on the outside.
Always, never change it.
Okay.
That's my first scene. The second scene is I'm watching Too Much, the new Lena Dunham show. And I've actually been thinking about you, Lily, watching it because...
Oh, no, that's not good.
No, I'm a longtime Lena Dunham defender and
Apologist.
apologist. And I actually feel like 6 years ago probably got into I met Lily's friend who was very cool and somehow immediately started talking about how I loved Lena Dunham and how I didn't think anything was wrong with the whole sister thing. And it was really not the time. The public opinion was very anti-Lena.
It was her low.
Yeah, now she's had her her reemergence.
Totally. This was pre Watching Girls podcast.
Yeah.
This was people were not down with Lena Dunham.
Yeah, she's back. She's back.
I'm loving it. I've been with you the whole time, Lena. Huge fan. And yeah, loving it.
I'm enjoying
so
it too. It's hard to not just compare it to Girls.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like...
Is she in it?
Yeah.
But she doesn't play
She's not the main
character.
character.
Meg Stelter's so funny.
She's so funny.
The guy from White Lotus is so good in it.
He's so good.
Wait, which guy from White Lotus?
And from the season 2 of White Lotus.
He's like Aubrey Plaza's
he's also
husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, very hot.
He's hotter in this.
He's kind of a cuck in that.
Not in this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sold.
really good. I really recommend. And it's nice and full circle to know that defending her 5 years ago didn't get me into trouble because turns out
you've been vindicated.
Yeah.
We all like her again.
Yeah.
Love you, Lena, if you're listening.
She's definitely gonna have another
canceling.
Soft canceling.
But then she'll make something even better after that.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, I figured my sister as an adult.
And I'll have to get on my soapbox at some house party about how it's created artistic
After
liberties.
you have a digital footprint of you being like, I love you, Lena, I'll defend you to the end.
All right, Den. What's your
Okay,
scene?
my scene has just been rediscovering our cute rural hometown. And it's appropriate because we're all three in person in our hometown, and I just feel like it's really nice. And I don't know if I have anything funny to say. Just I feel like appreciating things I didn't appreciate for a long time, going to see live music and just running into the same people all the time and being barefoot in the grass.
Tick free.
Yeah.
There's no ticks
peeing
here.
outside.
Yeah, peeing outside with your friends.
Yeah.
No fear of ticks when peeing outside.
You were really tick fixated.
Yeah, Kaya would not stop talking about that last night.
I just feel like there's so many places that are like so beautiful where
You're
all I
like, don't
wanna
go
do-
near the grass.
right,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, what is the point of the
Yeah.
grass if I can't like
I can't
lay
be
in
in
it
it.
and be in
If
it?
I can't like literally be naked rolling around.
Yeah.
Right, and if I do, I'm gonna like probably
get
get
Lyme disease.
exactly.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. What's the point?
Yeah,
Take that, East Coast.
literally all of the East Coast take that.
Yeah. Also, like the bugs aren't that bad here generally.
No,
No.
they're not. And we don't have anything that's like kills you. Like we don't have like a lot of like poisonous stuff. Like our spider, like in LA, it's like don't touch that spider. Like
Yeah.
it'll- but here it's like, oh, it's fine. It won't be pleasant if it bites you, but it's not poisonous.
Yeah. And like the nettles are like whatever.
Yeah, the nettles or whatever. And there's not like animals that'll like besides jellyfish.
But the jellyfish aren't like box jellyfish.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I feel like
Yeah.
those big ones with like the egg ones, the fried egg jelly, to bring
God,
back
we
the
cannot
fried
stop
egg.
talking about eggs on this podcast.
Oh, the pineapple jellyfish.
Pineapple
And like,
jellyfish.
wait,
They're-
say eggs again.
Egg.
See the
Mm.
Pacific Northwest accent.
Is egg versus egg. Wait, no, that was same.
Egg versus egg.
Egg and egg. Okay, yeah. Which
Mhm.
one's the Northwest one?
Egg.
Egg. Okay.
Yeah.
Egg.
Okay. Lily, what's your scene been?
Well, my scene right now is just weddings. I'm
Lily's
planning-
getting married.
Lily's getting married. I'm getting married in 6 days.
Oh my
Which
God.
is crazy. I know. And so I'm just deep in wedding planning and getting ready. And we have like, I don't know when weddings became like multiple days.
Yeah.
Big wedding took over.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is big wedding propaganda. We have a welcome dinner with everyone. It's now bigger than our actual guest list because my mom has invited other people who are like helping. Then we have a wedding, and then we have a breakfast the day after. That's like pretty much everyone except for like 20 people. So
Yeah, that's a lot.
it's a lot, but it's been really fun, and it's also given me an appreciation of the hometown too, because it's just kind of like literally the whole community coming together
Yeah.
and rallying and bringing us furniture and food and doing flowers and giving us table linens and doing our catering. You guys were at a wedding last night that was like the same
Yeah.
food
And it
DJ,
was good.
and yeah, so it's
We tested
all
the waters and they're
tested
fine.
and they're warm.
They're warm.
So yeah, we can't wait. It's gonna be.
we can't
really
wait
fun.
either.
Mhm. I'm so excited.
I'm excited
Same.
to hold hands and dance barefoot and pee together.
No
and-
ticks.
and not get ticks.
What has been like the thing about wedding planning that was the most stressful that you didn't expect?
Just kind of like the sheer magnitude of all the tasks you have to do. Like from the start, it's stressful. It's like getting even just like collecting people's names and addresses is like somehow that's a challenge, and like getting your invite list together. I mean, having all these different events and like, because all of it's DIY, all of them are at someone's property, none of them are at like venues. It's
Yeah.
like we have to get in all of the tables, the linens, the chairs, like the cutlery, the water, the alcohol, like everything is so. And it's, I mean, I envy people who just kind of like get the venue and it comes with all
Like
the
out of the box.
vendors. Yeah, out of
Yeah.
the box. But I mean, it's also like I keep saying, I'm like, okay, I'm the one who wanted to do this. This is like my dream wedding.
Right.
So like I can't bitch about it.
It's okay. You can bitch a little.
A little. I can bitch a little.
That's why
I
we
can
had
bitch
you
a
on the
little.
pod.
Yeah, it's to bitch about my wedding.
Yeah. I think there's like so much that I just wouldn't even think of.
One of the craziest things is just the price gouging. Like
Yeah.
that was, and I heard about it, but I didn't know quite how bad it was. Like every little add-on is a gajillion dollars. Like my dress cost $1,000 to alter.
That's
It
It cost me more than
crazy.
half the price of my dress.
Who's
to alter.
altering it?
Just these. I don't want to slander my people,
Yeah,
but they were
yeah.
this kind of crazy shop in West Hollywood that were like, it was. I think they were just perfectionists. Like they were trying to do their best, but it was a really stressful process. Like they had me come in like 5 or 6 different times, and it was like they kept telling me it was going to be ready, and then it wasn't.
Yeah, it sounds
And-
really stressful. I feel like
yeah.
getting a dress altered is like already so, that seems so stressful. Like just the act of trying a garment on and hoping that it will fit you is so stressful.
Yeah.
And then having to keep going back over and over
Yeah,
and over
repeating
again.
that. So
And,
many
and I was
times.
kind of like, what's different between now and like the last time I tried this on? And it's like, I get it, they're busy, but it's also like, I am paying you like like my month's rent.
Yes.
Like,
You're paying them the cost of the materials and construction of a whole dress.
yeah, literally.
To
It's almost like, why bother make the dress? But making the dress.
LA is
Yeah.
also just like a special kind of hell because it's like, so I got my dress at Anthropologie and all of their recommended tailors were in West Hollywood or Santa Monica, which is like, you know, it's just like in Beverly Hills, like those some of the wealthiest places and like most like girly pop places in the country probably. So it's like, I really couldn't have picked a worse place besides like Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah.
You need to find like the granola or like tomboy wedding dress altering.
Well, and then after this, all these people came out of the woodwork. I'm like, oh, I just went to my family tailor in the Valley, and they did it perfect, and it was $300. But where were you?
Right.
Where were you?
Yeah. Be a better friend when I tell you that I need somewhere to alter my wedding dress.
Like, you know,
Don't
I'm getting
just
married.
soft smile and nod.
Yeah, it's like, you know, I'm getting married. Tell me in advance. Like, you presume I'm gonna have a dress,
Right.
What if I just didn't? What if I was just like,
no one told me where to get it tailored, so here I am.
What if I actually have it? That's an
naked.
intrusive thought that I've been repeatedly having. It's just like, what if I walked down the aisle naked?
I'd clap.
Yeah.
I would scream and then I would clap.
I did have a stress dream last night though that like I tried on my dress and it was like it didn't fit at all. Like it was like this is a recurring dream I've had, but this one was like a different iteration. It was like too big and I like took it back to the altars and I'm like, we have 3 hours. Like
we have 2 hours, designers.
And then at one point they're like, well then we can't clean your teeth before.
And your teeth are covered in barnacles.
Well, we can't get the little guys in your mouth.
And I was like,
you have to choose a dress that fits or barnacles on your teeth.
Dress.
That's kind of a fun would you rather.
I wear a white t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Big white tee.
Big
no
white
t-shirt
pants.
concert.
No panties.
Contest.
Those fuck-ass glasses that Charlie XCX was wearing to her courthouse marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Walking down the aisle of that.
That big, I feel like these shirts have become trendy again, and I wish that I had gotten on this earlier, but I love the big shirts that have like a bikini body on them.
Oh my God.
I've been wanting one of those for years, and like Alex Cooper just wore one in an Instagram post, and I'm like, okay, well,
I'm gonna wear that, and then Jonah's gonna wear like the female body inspector,
or like one of those t-shirts that has like a tuxedo on the shirt.
No, wait, that's better. Let's do that.
All right, should we get into the topic?
On that note,
I think we have it figured out. So, what are we talking about today?
Well, this is a very special episode. Our topic is centered around our guest because she is kind of an expert, I would say, in this topic. I had been kind of using her as my own personal influencer the past few weeks with respect to this topic, and we wanted to really do a deep dive because we have a lot of questions. So we have Miss Lili on the pod to talk about skincare and the wonderful world of skincare and all of the things we want to know about it.
Should we talk about our skincare routines and then do Lili's?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. Well, I think mine is going to be just really short.
Yeah.
I basically have no skincare routine in that I don't even wash my face unless I'm wearing makeup, which is not most days. And I just like rinse it in the shower and then put on moisturizer like once or twice a day.
Mm-hmm.
Lily's face is like so horrified.
not washing your face is crazy.
Well, my biggest like concern with my face is that it's dry.
Okay, gotcha.
And I just feel like the more I wash it, the drier it gets.
Mm-hmm.
You should try like a balm-based cleanser, an oil-based cleanser, and just use it at night. Because you should always wash off at the end of the day. In the morning, you don't have to unless you're using actives.
So even if you don't put anything on your face during the day, you should.
Well, I mean, you wear sunscreen.
Like, not every day.
Okay, well, you should also be wearing
But
sunscreen
like, if I'm
day.
just like inside working during like peak UV hours,
UV gets through windows.
I mean,
Jen has furrowed her brow.
I don't know. I've just never been burnt through.
You don't get burnt, but
window.
it's like if you're worried about like aging and discoloration.
Yeah, I guess the anti-aging.
Do you fear death, or are you fine with it? If you fear death, you should be putting sunscreen on inside.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like I'm being put on blast.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
You
put
have
on
amazing
blast.
skin.
You do have really good skin.
You're looking at me with
And you know your skin better. So if your skin is like totally dried out by a cleanser, don't do it. But there are some like very gentle, like kind of balm cleansers that like don't strip your skin.
Well, I think that the dryness is a factor, and it's also probably a little bit of an excuse because I am just really lazy in terms of maintenance
Yeah.
Like I'm clean. Let me get that
Yeah.
straight. Like
Yeah.
I
Shower.
shower every day.
Yarden is not stinky. We can
But-
vouch.
Yarden isn't stinky, but there's like a buildup of tar on her face. There's
She
like a
has
lot of like
barnacles.
barnacles all over her face.
Scraping them off. I'm just kind of like a low maintenance girl, not like other girls.
Yeah.
Face caked in sticks and mud and dirt.
I love to pee outside
Yeah.
without ticks.
All right. Well, I'm not going to shame you. I'll go next. I also, up until like 2 weeks ago when I saw Lily's TikTok, have no skincare routine. I don't wash my face, and I've tried some moisturizers in the past. I used to really there was a brief period where I was using the old Glossier, like really heavy moisturizer.
That was nice.
Because it was lavender scented. I know you're not supposed to use scented things, but I liked putting a lavender cream on before bed. But that was probably like 6 years ago, and I did it for like maybe 6 months. And then otherwise I'll just kind of like sometimes put moisturizer on. And I bought some La Roche-Posay like face wash. Is that how you say it?
I think so. That's how I say it. I don't know if that's how you say it though.
La Roche-Posay.
La Roche-Posay.
Some face wash maybe a year ago, and I use that sometimes in the shower, but I don't really like getting like my arms wet at night, so I don't.
Have you seen those things that like I don't believe in this,
Yes.
but like that the TikTok girlies have to prevent like drips?
Yes.
And I do feel that because I feel like I come away and if I'm wearing long sleeves, it's just like it's
so wet, and I don't want to get those sleeves because it is so like. It's like those people who are like,
I know.
unwind with me after a night at
And
work,
they're like-
and there's like
and
70
they're like 15
gadgets.
years old. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
so many gadgets.
Yeah.
And they have like the head one, but it has like ears on it. Yeah. I
Yes,
can't.
exactly.
Like the concept of having to get ready or like put on different articles of clothing to do something that's supposed to be like on getting ready.
Right. Yeah.
Or
No.
even for getting ready. Like the concept of having to put something special on to do your makeup. Like
Right. People who like
if you put something on to do your makeup, you have to keep it on for the rest of the night. That's the rule.
That's how I mean, I'll do like a headband just like get my hair or like pull my hair back.
not
But, like,
okay. No.
If you pull
Canceled.
your hair back, it's fine, but you're gonna have to go out with your hair back. Yeah. So anyways, I basically like had no skincare. I just have like no routine at all in life, period. And I'm starting to fear aging, and then I saw
starting to fear death.
and then I was scrolling on TikTok and I saw my friend Lily posting a what she does for skincare video, and I watched that whole thing, and then I spent the most money I've ever spent on Amazon. And not the most money I've ever spent on Amazon. The most money I've ever spent at the direct request of an influencer.
Okay. I'm not an influencer.
I watched the video
Well,
and I
were to
purchased
Kaya,
every product recommended in the video.
Wow.
And I have started doing it, and I will not say what it is because I'm assuming we'll go over it. And I'll be honest, I'm probably hitting it like 60% of the days, but that's 60% more than before. So
Okay, so
that's
Kaya,
pretty
yours was even less than mine before this.
It sounded like about the same.
about the same, probably.
Oh, well, just because you didn't put moisturizer on every day.
No, but I will say I've been putting sunscreen on every day for a few years, so I do that.
And what's your like? Is your skin like more combination or is it drier?
What do you think?
Well, it's hard to tell. Like it looks.
I think it's combination. It's definitely like kind of dry, but like my like.
You
Yeah,
get,
I would say
oily
drier.
T-zone.
Like I'm not as dry as Yarden. No offense, but you're like a really dry
Yeah.
person. But I am like I lean drier. Like I feel like I didn't really struggle with very much acne when I was younger, which is more of an oily thing.
Yeah.
And I think my skin is starting to age more, which is also more of a dry thing.
Yeah.
Like I could use a little more moisture.
You could use a little more moisture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my turn.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I'm not like a professional. I don't work in anything skincare. I'm just very.
This is just one of your scenes.
This is just one of my scenes, exactly. And I'm also not an influencer, although I've influenced Kaya by making a video. And I wanted to make a video about my skincare routine because I feel like leading up to my wedding, I've been getting so much wedding content, and it's so many girls doing like crazy procedures. And like, I'm all for procedures if that's how you want to spend your money. But like, people just spending thousands and thousands of dollars to like kind of fun, some of them just to kind of make themselves feel their best selves, and some of them to kind of fundamentally alter their face, which that's a whole other conversation. But
can we, before you go any further, I want to talk about what you mean by like procedures, period.
Yeah, like in
what
office.
are people doing
Like, people are doing things I've never heard of. But there's a lot, like, I'm like, I've not heard of that. Like, people are getting all these different injectables. Like, I was just learning about Sculptra, which is, like, a different kind of filler, I think.
Okay.
And again, that's not my world. That's not my scene. I don't know anything about that, really. But, like, Botox, microneedling, like, microneedling with PRP, which is when they, like, they draw blood, and then they cycle it somehow to like remove the plasma, and then they like put it back in your face.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and a bunch of people in like Texas got HIV a few years ago from doing this because like their equipment wasn't clean.
Dude. So
like that terrifies me. And just like they get fillers, and there's all these different kinds of fillers you can get these days, and just doing like laser facials, and also maybe it's because I'm in LA, so it's like I think some of the content that I get on TikTok is like geographically curated. But I feel like it's a lot of people in New York that I'm seeing too. And it's
the Bay Area as well.
The Bay Area too, absolutely. And it's just like, here's the thing. If I had that kind of disposable income, I would probably be doing some of those things. But I don't. And I think the vast majority of people who are getting married don't. And so I think that it's important to be like, let's normalize just like spending a little extra money on yourself for your wedding in a way that makes you feel like your best without like paying so much money. So that's kind of why I made that video. That was my foray into skincare influencing. Okay. But I have been spending many years and many hours researching skincare even before like wedding prep. And also I'm turning 30 in a few months. So those were kind of like a catalyst to like really get into it. But I've always been pretty skincare forward.
And you have great skin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This woman is sitting before us. Radiating. Glowing. Like literally it's giving glass skin. Oh, I probably would have asked if you got Botox, honestly, if I hadn't been following your journey. Your forehead looks really smooth.
Thank you. I definitely have a few little forehead wrinkles. But...
Oh, please.
It's natural. I do think on the like point about procedures though, it's like a weird time right now because I feel like it used to be like, okay, like there's skincare and then there's like Botox, right? Like there's like fillers and Botox and that's like a different thing that's like
you're right,
changing things. But now like this micro needling where you're putting your plasmaless blood into your face is like, well, where does that fall?
Plasma.
Yeah, there's like it's like a much more gray area.
Yeah, like that's almost like I feel like it's getting confusing.
I mean, it sounds like there's enough risk involved in that you should think of it as like a cosmetic procedure.
It is. I mean, it's an office procedure.
It's not like going to get a facial.
It's not like going to get a facial. But I feel like even facials have gotten really like medical. And it like crazy laser. Where it's like, I'm getting a facial, but it's like you're doing like microcurrent and laser and all these other things that I'm like I haven't heard of. And then there's people who are like, I went to South Korea to do like the facial there, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it sounds really incredible, like the workup that they do in Korea, but like the fact that this has become like a point of American tourism in Korea is crazy.
And it's like the price breakdown.
I haven't heard about this.
It'll be people being like, okay, my whole trip to Korea and I got all these procedures done and the cost of my trip was like a third of the cost of just getting these procedures done in the US. And they'll do like all these different things.
They do a lot of things that you don't even do in the US. Like the technology and the products are just like cutting edge, and obviously like we just put so much like chemicals and crap. Like Koreans, I mean, sunscreen everywhere else besides the US is like so much better. Like it doesn't have like a lot of bad chemicals in it, but like Korean sunscreen, especially in Europe too. But Korea is just kind of known for this like pioneering skincare technology. But these people will go and they'll do like, I mean, it's like a whole day thing. They do like all these like crazy like workups of your skin and identify like what your areas are and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like that is a whole, and K-beauty in general is like very overwhelming to me. Like I feel like that's a whole skincare scene that's almost separate. Yeah. Like, you know, or like you have to devote your entire life to that if that's your, that and more Americanized westernized skincare as well. And it's also, I mean, I feel like that too gets sticky because it starts to like, it starts to border on cultural appropriation when it's like these white women being like, I'm a master of Korean skincare because like I learned on TikTok and I went to Seoul once, and I'm like, okay, like cool. And not to like police that space, but I just like I feel like some of it starts to get a little like like white women just really heavily promoting Korean skincare is like interesting to me when it's like this has been a thing that's like, it's very like generational too. Like it's like passed down like Korean women. There's ancient traditions and stuff. Obviously like that, those kind of things, like going to Korea and getting the whole work. Right. That's not ancient. But yeah,
there's an ancient history.
There's an ancient history
of caring for one's skin.
and hair and just everything.
Yeah.
Going back to what you said about how in America they just put way more like bad shit in our products and our sunscreen. It's like so many things are like this in the US, but it's like because we get so many like chemicals and bad things and we have to like overcompensate by doing so much more in the other direction. Like the way that people are like so overworked and then they don't have time to like take care of themselves. So then they have to get these like pay for all these expensive like gym classes and like it's like everything is like
what
has
if
to
we
go
have like
so
a balanced
far.
life?
Like whereas like I feel like in Europe people
they just walk and bike everywhere.
They just have like healthy balanced lifestyles.
And they go on walks during their lunch breaks and they spend summer like they don't need to take vacation days because like their summer they have so many holidays and their whole summer is like there's
and
like that tweet that's like in Sweden, like, oh, I'm going camping for the next 5 weeks, like, you won't hear from me. And then it's like in the US, like, oh, I'm having heart surgery later this afternoon, but I'll try to be back in office for that call later today.
And they can like smoke cigarettes their whole life and their skin still looks great.
It's like that Nick troll, like, we smoke one half cigarette and we have 3 bottles of this for lunch. We have something healthy like
olive
3 bottles
oil.
of wine, but we never get fat because of olive oil.
Anyways, okay, so back to
my
routine.
So my routine right now is I kind of started to go crazy at one point and like get like a little too into the Kool-Aid, and I was like buying all these things and spending all this money and like had this like insane multi-gajillion step skincare routine, and I kind of ended up simplifying it to like a better version of what it was before, but with like a couple of devices that I've factored in. So my baseline skincare every day is in the morning I wake up. And for a while, I didn't wash my face in the morning. I've heard like mixed things on whether or not you should, but I use actives pretty much every night, and I'll talk about that more.
What are actives?
So actives are like tretinoin, retinols, exfoliating acids, so things that promote like cell turnover, and it makes your skin much more vulnerable to sun damage and sunlight. So you have to be very careful with sunscreen when you use those. And I mean, I think that by the time you wake up, they're probably absorbed or they've wiped up on your pillowcase, but I like to be careful just in case. So I use the the foaming cleanser. It's good. It is a little drying though. Like I feel like there's definitely like balms and Cetaphil that is lighter. And then I do a vitamin C serum right now I'm using. It's called like Timeless. I did a bunch of research into this, and apparently vitamin C is like, so vitamin C is supposed to be like brightening and kind of skin tone evening. I guess it's quite unstable though.
I keep mine in the fridge.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Should I be doing that?
I don't know.
Do you have a skincare fridge?
I don't have a skincare fridge. No, and I actually don't have a lot of skincare that I keep in the fridge because
I actually don't have a fridge.
I actually don't, bro. You got me. We live out of a Yeti cooler. I don't really keep skincare in the fridge because I forget about it when I do that.
Yeah, I will say like every 4 days I'm like, where is my vitamin C? And it's in the fridge.
I just can't be expected to go back and I start work so early because I work East Coast hours on the West Coast, so it's like I'm like blindly stumbling around in the morning.
Yeah, if you had it in the fridge,
you
would put something crazy on your face.
Put like mayo on my face.
Before we go on, I want to talk about vitamin C for a second because, you know, as I was buying all the products in Lili's skincare routine, I bought the vitamin C serum. And the first time I used it, I was gobsmacked by the strong hot dog scent of this product. It smells like hot dogs that have been coated in liquid metal and then hardened and then melted down into a serum.
People complain about the smell of vitamin C. Like, that's a very common complaint. I've heard many people say that vitamin C, and especially that product, smells like hot dogs, and I don't really smell it.
That is crazy.
You don't smell it?
And I have a really strong sense of smell. Like, I'm very, very sensitive to smells, but I just must not have the gene that makes vitamin C smell like a hot dog.
Can you smell it at all, or does it just smell like nothing?
It smells like it has like maybe a slight metallic scent, but that's it. I do not get hot dogs.
So you get the metal coating, you just don't get the hot dog with it.
And I mean, you know me, I don't eat meat. The smell of meat disgusts me.
Yeah.
So like, not to be dramatic.
No, I mean, I wash my hot dog fingers very fast after I put the vitamin C on my face.
Okay, I'll give you alternatives.
I don't think I could put something on my face that smells like hot dogs.
Well, I fear death.
Yeah, vitamin C, it definitely has a scent, but apparently it's very unstable. So it's like there's like a lot of like higher end vitamin C, and
it's gonna explode.
No, just like it by the time, like the way that it oxidizes really fast. So it's like by the time you take it out of the dropper, put it on your hand, put it on your face, a lot of the like beneficial whatever has like
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
should I be putting it straight on my face?
maybe. Yeah, I hate putting stuff straight on my face. That like wigs me out. I always get in my eyes.
I kind
or
of like
in
it.
my like ear canal. Or just like on my neck. So
I kind of like the act of like putting a dropper straight onto your face makes me feel like very like Tilda Swinton, you know, like a metal dropper, and I'm like putting this like extract on my
Don't
face.
know the Tilda Swinton connection.
Like really
That's
like
something she does.
no, like
I can't imagine her doing it.
What? You can't? Like I can't imagine her putting product on her hands and rubbing it in.
Wait, that's a really funny question. Like, okay, like name a celebrity and say how they put on their like what their skincare routine is and like how did they apply it? Like, did they pat? Did they rub? Did they drop?
There's something because if you're putting a dropper on your face, you kind of like have to angle your cheekbones.
Oh, because she's
to,
so like angular.
Yeah.
and you're like you kind of like
She
serve face in the mirror as you're doing it.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande would be having her sleeves too long and be putting it on.
Oh yeah, her sleeves would be covered
Ariana
in.
Grande would have like the big puffy,
Yeah,
but hers
she
would be
would.
like enormous.
And like
Yeah.
definitely a
she would definitely
headband
with like
with cat
ears.
Ginormous
Exactly.
cat ears.
This is like very like outdated Ariana Grande, but whatever.
I know. I'm like,
2017.
yeah, this is Ariana Grande where she was in her like cutesy phase. Like Charlie XCX. Like she
doesn't really do
she doesn't do
skincare. I
skincare.
feel
Like,
like.
brat skincare's not brat.
No.
She falls asleep in her makeup and then touches up her lipstick.
You guys don't know what I mean when I say
Back to this.
I thought this was like a shared experience. Like a pipette of product onto the face
Pipette.
doesn't feel like luxurious.
No,
to
it does not feel good.
It
I don't
feels like
that.
influencer though to me.
Yes,
Because
that's what I think. I always think because I feel like that's how influencers
Yeah.
apply like makeup and skincare.
Did you know those? I feel like they're just kind of like rage bait, like
Yeah,
trying to go
where they're
viral
like-
videos where they're like, where they're like squeezing the foundation like
Yeah,
directly here, and
yeah.
it's like dripping
Yeah.
Yeah,
down.
or the ones who like just like they are like coating their face. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely
Yeah.
rage bait. But I also think that is very influencer because that's how they apply it in their videos. And I always wonder if they do that like in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, it is you do like
Or
get more
maybe they-
product on your face because when you put it on your hands, it starts to absorb into your hands, even if you go fast. I don't like that. I don't like the lack of control.
Leave it to me and Tilda to just let go of
Yeah.
control.
I really don't like when I'm getting massages and they put like the oil, and I just mean Donna when she puts the oil or lotion directly on my back.
Oh yeah, I was like, I've never had someone do that.
and I always say, please don't do me like a hot dog.
That's really funny.
Wow,
Me
hot
to
dogs
myself
coming
and
A
up.
lot of hot
Yeah.
dogs and eggs.
Me to myself in the mirror as I'm putting my vitamin C serum on. Please don't do me as a hot dog. Okay, sorry. So vitamin C. We're
Okay, yeah,
putting
we
that
made
on.
it to the first step.
And I also have a question about that.
Okay.
Why are you putting vitamin C on in the morning? Because on the bottle it says we recommend at night, but you could do morning or night.
Interesting.
And I'm wondering.
I've heard that it's an antioxidant as
Okay.
well. So I've heard that it's good for it like mingles well with sunscreen and it's good for like preventing free radicals as you go out about the day. So free radicals are just
Good.
like pollution that's in the air and whatever and
Okay.
stuff that like just kind of like breaks away, causes like bacteria that causes you to break out of pollutants.
I was
that
like,
causes you to
free
break out.
radicals. Isn't that what Anderson Paak's band is called?
That's the free nationals.
Free
But it does
radicals
sound
are like
like a
like a
hippie thing.
revolutionary.
Yeah, from like like that's like a Cuban like free like revolutionary movement.
Yeah.
That's like Fidel Castro's the free radicals.
So you're not worried about because I was almost treating the vitamin C like tret. Like I was like
It is inactive, yeah.
It is. So I do have to
So-
wear sunscreen with it still.
You
for
do
sure.
have to wear sunscreen with it for sure. I've heard both ways. I've heard that you can do it at night, but you absolutely should not be doing tretinoin acid in the mornings. And because I do use tretinoin acid pretty much every night, except for if I take a break. And I'll get to my night in a second.
Okay.
That's why I don't do vitamin C at night because you can't do all of them together.
Got it. Got it.
So that's why I do vitamin C in the morning. I think that's why a lot of people do it in the morning because they're doing stronger actives at night. But it's like it's interesting. Like so, I've been like tweaking my routine in the lead up to the wedding because you don't want to do anything that's going to be too like
Mhm.
exfoliating. So like I'm gonna like starting this week, I'm just gonna cut out all of my actives and I'm just gonna do like moisturizing and like barrier support. and
Why? Why
stuff.
don't you want to do anything exfoliating?
Because it can dry your skin. Yeah.
Okay. Vitamin C.
So
done.
vitamin C. And then after that, I just use a moisturizer. I use Vanicream. I like that. CeraVe's also a good one, but we've had this conversation that CeraVe
Yeah.
kind of feels like more like it sits on your face. Vanicream feels like it absorbs more. But I mean, it also depends on your skin texture.
Okay.
And then after that, I use sunscreen, and I'm not tied to any particular sunscreen. I've like done a lot of research into like mineral sunscreen, which is like physical, versus chemical sunscreen, which is like that blends in better. And there's like certain concerns about chemical sunscreen in the US and having bad like endocrine disruptors and other things that can get into your bloodstream. And it's like the FDA says it's safe, but like, you know, it's it's the FDA. No, I'm just kidding. Me being like, I love vaccines. But I mean, I just can't do with the physical sunscreen. It's just so chalky. I look like a crazy person.
Yeah, I like a few different Korean sunscreens.
Yeah, do you use like Beauty of Joseon?
I've used that before, and then people were saying they changed the formula like when Trump got elected or something.
Tariffs. Well, just blame him.
They made like a US formula recently, and I don't know. I guess maybe that's not the same. Maybe it is. I don't know enough about this to talk about it. But so then I switched to Innisfree, which you can get at Sephora, and it's like $17. Yeah, and I like it. Yeah, I like how they have like kind of a milky, like wet texture. Yeah. They're not very like they're like more like serum-y, less
I like that.
Ointment.
I've been using the unseen sunscreen, the Super Goop. The texture is insane. I feel like I'm putting like Vaseline all over my face.
Yeah,
and it like
Drew calls it the cum sunscreen.
It has the craziest consistency. People are obsessed with it.
Yeah, I don't like it.
And there's like a Trader Joe's dupe, and I'm like,
the Trader Joe's dupe I had for a while, and I was like,
I'm like, this is all crazy. I only bought it because I wanted something that was like, well, because it was on sale during Prime days, and I'm a corporate cuck. And I've tried it before, but I was like, okay, I want to get a bottle of this, like actually see, because it's supposed to be like better like chemically than like a lot of other chemical sunscreens. And I mean, I don't know if that's bullshit. I was just like, from research I did and like talking to ChatGPT, which like, what is she now? But
she
my ChatGPT is a girl for sure. I've trained her to be a girl. And I just wanted to try it out for like my wedding, and I was like, I literally hate the texture of this.
It's weird. Honestly, it's interesting to hear that because I very well could be like maybe chemically better, but I feel like the feel of it feels chemically crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's
I feel like I'm putting pure petroleum
like into my pores.
Yeah, literally.
Like creating.
Yeah.
And I don't even really think it feels like moisturizing because it has this like
it's like
weird.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Yeah, not a fan. So I usually apply sunscreen a few times throughout the day. Like, as I'll do it in the morning, and then sometimes I'll do it again in like the afternoon, and definitely before like I do my walk, which is usually in the afternoon. Oh yeah,
because I feel like if I'm going outside after like 6 p.m., I'm not putting sunscreen.
Yeah, if you're going outside after 6, you're usually okay to not put sunscreen on. Just check the UV index on your phone. Like, I think it's like when it'll tell you, it'll be like use sun protection or not.
Yeah. Okay.
The UV's a lot lower. It's like between like 10 and 5, I think, and it's like higher in the summer. So it's like, but sometimes in LA the UV index is still like 3 at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Well, I'm like impressed that you do all of that in the morning, like with your early morning, because I also am working East Coast hours on the West Coast right now, and I'm literally like rolling out of bed, like and putting on like a sweatshirt, and that's it.
I mean, it really doesn't. It sounds like it takes a long time because we spent a really long time talking about vitamin C. It actually doesn't take that long. It's like I wash my face. That takes like 30 seconds. Like all in all, it takes maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right, take us to the night.
Okay, nighttime. So most of the time in the night, I rely heavily on tretinoin, which is a retinoid. It's prescription strength. I get mine from, I don't know if you say Nurx or Nurex. It's like an online
Nurx.
I say Nurx. Nurx clusters.
Nurx clusters.
Nurex clusters.
Nurex. There's like Nurex.
Nerdy clusters.
Nerdy clusters. They do like birth control and stuff, and I think they do like Ozempic now too. But it's like prescriptions that you can get without a doctor. It's kind of dangerous, but I mean, for like, I think tretinoin, like it's easy. It should be over the counter, and like I think it is in other countries, and same with birth control. But Ozempic,
kill, fuck, marry, Ozempic, tretinoin, and birth control.
Fuck, I don't know. That's a hard one. I've never used Ozempic, but I feel like
kind of fuckable.
But definitely marry tretinoin.
Okay.
So I use tret.
Wait, what am I saying?
You have to say
birth control. Fuck birth control, obviously, in a good way. Like, yes, fuck birth control. Yeah.
Like, I want to fuck you, birth control.
Marry tret, kill Ozempic.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So I use that like most of the time. Like I use that probably 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And I apply it and I let it sit. I've seen like a lot of different things about like some people, like you're supposed to apply it to dry skin. There's this one girl on TikTok who applies it to wet skin, which is pretty crazy because that can cause like a lot of irritation. And she's like, her whole thing is like skin flooding. So you like flood your skin with like a bunch of toners and serums and stuff. So and it's like kind of based in some certain serums like act better when your skin's already damp. Like they just like adhere better. Like hyaluronic acid.
Your skin is like, I can't breathe. And then
yeah, dude, I don't know how she doesn't break out.
Please make it stop. I'll let it in.
So that's like,
I won't age. I promise.
For certain things like hyaluronic acid, I don't know how to say that. It's like that you can't apply to dry skin because it doesn't work. Like it does something. Like it dries you out more. It's like
I just feel like skin flooding is like waterboarding. That's like such a euphemistic term. Or for like drowning.
My skin gitmo.
When you say like, oh no, they drowned. They got flooded. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
No, you're good. So I use it and I do it on dry skin and I let it like sit for a little while to absorb, like maybe 10 minutes. Longer if I like can or if I forget. And then I moisturize Vanish cream over that. And then I use a little bit of oil to lock it in because I have combination skin. But if you have like oily skin, I wouldn't do that. Or even if you're combination skin, you don't like oil. But oil does help. Like sometimes people with oily skin, it's like worse to deprive it of oil and moisture because it then causes your skin to naturally produce more oil and moisture.
I'm trying to think of like, I feel like there's parallels to that idea in life. Like sometimes when there's something bad, you have to like do more of the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So I use jojoba oil right now because it's like really light and non-comedogenic. Jojoba.
I don't know. I've been saying that a lot this week since I started your skincare routine.
Sorry, I have to put on my jojoba oil.
Jojoba.
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 Jojoba. That's what we call Jojo Biden. Jojoba.
Is Grandpappy Jojoba coming?
It's like, that's what his grandkids call him.
That's me as Hunter Biden's kid. Am I going to see Jojoba?
Me when I'm Joe Biden's grandkid.
Is Hunter Biden a kid?
Yes. Hunter Biden's kid is Naomi. Anyway,
Anyways,
so
Biden aside.
Jojoba aside. I use
Sleepy
that.
Jojoba.
And then a few times a week, I use an exfoliating acid. So tretinoin like helps with cell regeneration, and exfoliating acid helps slough off the dead cells.
It sounds like it would burn.
It does burn a little, yeah.
So that's the one part of your routine, other than all the devices, that I have not started. The exfoliating acid.
Glycolic is another common one, but that's stronger. I've been using Mandelic because it's supposed to be a little bit more gentle, and it's good for like both like aging and acne prone skin. Nelson
Mandelic acid and Jojo Biden.
It's funny because my phone does autocorrect Mandelic to Mandela. And then if my skin starts to like break out or if it feels really dry, I don't use my actives at night in the morning, and I'll just do like hydrating stuff, or I'll do like a hydrating mask. I have this like mugwort Korean mask.
Ooh, that sounds good.
That's nice. And I love mugwort because it's like, I don't know if you've ever been to the Korean spot here where they have like mugwort tea.
I've been dying to go. No, but you know, mugwort tea.
But you douse yourself in it. You don't drink it. Like you pour it on yourself. But you can't. It's so nice.
When I was in college, I went to this like overpriced, I don't even know if I would call this chuggy, but you know how there's like a quote unquote apothecaries like in Seattle, and I got mugwort tea because I was really trying to lucid dream at the time. And apparently mugwort tea when drank can induce lucid dreaming, but also you're not supposed to have it when you're pregnant.
Yeah, because like it's a what's it called?
An aborted.
There's a word for things that cause abortions. It's like an
abortant.
An abortant?
No, I'm amazing.
It's definitely. Anyway, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No.
But you shifted.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of my day-to-day routine. Oh, I'll use like hyaluronic acid when I'm also dry too.
On top of everything.
No, I'll do it like that wants to be wet, so I'll do it like I'll wash my face and I'll still have a little water on my face.
That wants to be wet.
That wants to be wet. It wants to be applied to a wet face.
Okay.
Your face needs to be waterboarded to apply that. But so the machines that I use, the tech I use.
Let's get into the tech.
Let's get into the tech.
Where it gets crazy.
So, and this is where it gets crazy. And this is stuff that I've only started doing recently, like in preparation to my wedding and turning 30. So the first thing I got is called a zip microcurrent device. And there's a bunch of different microcurrent devices on the market. One that you see on TikTok a lot it's called like Medicube, I think. And that's Korean. And there's like the New Face. And the reason I got the zip is because it has microcurrent and nanocurrent. And I didn't really know anything about microcurrent facials, but that's something that people do in office. And it just kind of like, it stimulates like your muscles. And so it like prevents like sagging, and it kind of like makes your face look a little lifted. It's very minute. I think if
do you feel it in your muscles?
Yeah, it like kind of zaps you. And like what I do, like right here, like my eye twitches.
Whoa.
Yeah. It takes a while to get used to the feeling. And then it also zaps your zits. So like if I have like a zit, even if I don't know I have a zit coming in, I'll be like, oh, there's a little zap there. And I know it's because there's a zit coming in. Yeah.
You can hear the zap or you
no,
can
I feel it. It just feels like a little like electricity. Like, you know,
how can it tell that there's a zit there?
It doesn't tell. It's the current making contact with the zit in my skin.
Whoa. So is that like a different plane?
No, it's just like
it's at a different dimension.
It's like I'm using the device on like a certain setting on my face, on my entire face.
Yeah.
But you feel it on places where there's like, because a zit is like an open pore or whatever. So you just feel it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It looks like a Apple mouse, like a magic mouse, but it has like these two little orbs. And they conduct the energy, the microcurrent back and forth. It was expensive. It was like $300. And you have to buy conductive gel to use. You can't just use like a serum.
Whoa.
My neighbor turned me on to it. Shout out to Rachel. And she said that some of her friends use like sonogram gel. But I'm like, I'm not going to be doing that. That's a little too much for me. But the gel is like, they have like, this one's the silver and this one's the gold. And I just use the basic, which is like $30. And it'll last me like a few months.
The gel.
With the gel. Yeah. And you buy it through them.
How often do you do this?
So they say just start doing 5 times a week, but they're like as much as you can, you know, and you're never supposed to do 5 days in a row. Like you can't go beyond 5 days in a row. You shouldn't. And then once you've done it for a while, you can go to 3 days a week. So I try to do like 4. I'm trying to do like a little more before my wedding. And they have all these different settings. Like they have one that's just nanocurrent. So that's just like skin texture. And then they have some that are micro and nano. And so that kind of like gives you like a nice lifted look. They have these ones that are like, use it on your forehead. It like stops your forehead lines. And I don't really know if I buy that totally. I think that it definitely does give you kind of like a nice lifted look, and it boosts your circulation. There's some lymphatic drainage, but that's very temporary. That's like, it's nice before an event. Like, I don't think it like lasts long term, but I do think like in terms of skin texture, it has helped with that.
Okay. So you endorse.
Yeah, tentatively. I mean, I think I'm not sure that it was worth the $300.
Okay.
But I think if you're like, first of all, $300 is cheaper than Botox. So if you're like, I want to invest in a piece of technology, it's also kind of a nice self-care thing.
How long does it take you?
How long? They have all sorts of different sessions. Like some of them are like 2 minutes, some of them are like 5 minutes. So like it can be really fast.
It's not like I know like some red light masks are like you wear it for an hour. No, you
wear it for a really long time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had more money, I would do that. But I was trying to like space out my device money. I do kind of want to get a red light mask. And apparently like that's HSA eligible, which I don't have one. But if I did, if you have an HSA, listeners.
Red light mask.
Red light mask.
And the red light mask is supposed to do something similar.
Yeah, it's supposed to like produce collagen, and then I think but the thing with red light mask is like you have to get it at a certain wattage. Like it has to be a certain like infrared like amount or whatever. Otherwise it doesn't work. And then there's also
just getting red light bulbs
and
like
literally.
standing.
I will say something that's funny to me about the red light mask thing is it's like so popular, but I feel like this is like where branding comes in, because I feel like in an alternate world, I could see people being really scared of red light masks, like infrared light going into your face and body. Like, you know, people don't like x-rays and like are worried about microwaves and having their phones in their pockets, but we're spending all this money for red light to go
and
into
now
our
I've been seeing
face.
people use goggles, but for a while people were just raw dogging that. And I'm like, there's no way that's good for your eyes.
Red light maxing before you go to bed.
Literally.
It cancels out the blue light. Purple light.
So that's that. And then the other device I got is a microneedling pen. And this one is like pretty intense.
This is the one I've been trying to get Lily to do to me.
I'm scared to do it to someone else because you have to gauge, like it's hard to gauge how deep you're pressing. So let me explain. So microneedling is, so it's also a procedure that you go in for, and it's very expensive. And it's basically like
it's like over $1,000.
It can be,
in the Bay Area.
Yeah, and you're supposed to, and you have to go in for multiple sessions to really see results. But it's basically, it's like they do, It's like a little needle gun, and they do a very shallow depth, and they kind of just go all over your face in like a few different directions. I've never gotten it done professionally, but the idea is that it creates micro injuries, and then it boosts collagen production because your skin tries to overcompensate for the injuries. And when you do it professionally, they go
injuries.
When you do it professionally, they go deeper. Like my neighbor was going to go do it. Rachel, shout out to Rachel again. She was going to go do it, and they were like, you can't be in the sun for like a month. And she's like, that's crazy. Like, it's summer. I'm not going to do that. And when you do it at home, it's like more shallow. So you still have to be really careful with sun care. So I got like an at-home one. It's called Dr. Pen. And and it has like different settings, like different speeds, different depths, but you're really not
I need a doctor. Pen.
Me when I'm trying to hit someone's weak pen.
Wait, that is funny. That's gonna sound like medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's kind of terrifying, and you're not supposed to go more than like 1 millimeter when you're not a professional. You just have to be really careful. Like everything has to be really sterile. So like I use gloves. I wipe everything down with like alcohol, rubbing alcohol, vodka. And like some people numb their faces with like lidocaine. I don't, because that scares me.
That's scary because then what you could go really
Exactly. I mean, you feel it, and it's like it's fairly painful, but it's also like I have tattoos. I've done stick and pokes, and like that's clearly not a sensation that bothers me too much. But if I think for a lot of people it would. But it's not the same as like getting a shot. Like it's much more shallow. And you just kind of you do like a few passes. Like you go like one direction, you go another direction, and then
like, are you trying to cover the entire area of your face?
Yeah, you are. And you work in patches, and you use a serum, and you have to use like sterile serum, so you can't just use like an ordinary dropper. Some people do, but I'm like, you're not supposed to do that. You need to have something that's like it's in like a little vial, and you have like a syringe that goes out, and then you push that on your face because you don't want these things to like be just like open to the air. It's just more risk of like that's why people do it. I mean, you really should do it in a professional setting, but it's just ridiculously expensive.
Yeah.
So like if you're really safe at home, I don't know how like because it's also like when you go into those settings, you also there's some risk, right? It's like they have professional sterilizing and blah blah blah, but also then you're operating under the assumption that they've cleaned everything properly, you know?
Yeah, I feel like this is really like a know yourself type situation.
Yeah,
it's a know
I'm
yourself.
really thinking like I wouldn't trust myself.
I couldn't. Like I'm not. It
As
wouldn't
someone
be
who's
sterile.
tattooed themselves repeatedly. So like, but again, I'm a crazy person. So, but I just make sure everything's really, really sterile. And then I do my chest and my neck and
the neck.
You go really, it doesn't go that deep. Like it's real. And you do a shallower depth on your neck and your chest. And yeah, it's just kind of like, you get a little bleeding, but you're not supposed to bleed a lot. And
You bleed.
You bleed a little. I have noticed a big difference. I feel like of all the things I'm doing, that's made the biggest difference.
Yeah, I really want you to do it to me.
And but that's the thing is like I do it on myself, and you're not supposed to push in. You're supposed to kind of like glide it across your skin. You can do damage if you push too far in, and I do it based on like my own sense of my own skin. So I feel like if I was doing it on you, I wouldn't know how deep to go.
I would scream.
Yeah.
I would say
I would let you know.
This is definitely the thing that freaks me out the most. And I'm like, I don't know.
It makes the biggest impact.
I'm hearing that and I'm seeing that. I can't say for sure this is the thing that did it for you, but you're saying that.
It could be different. It could be a number of different things.
But like, I think I'm like having trouble with it because it's just so not natural. Like, how could it be good for you to give yourself minor abrasions and injuries all over your face?
Yeah, that's fair.
Which, I mean, I guess the point isn't for it to be good for you. It's just to look better.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what else is there where you have to give yourself minor injuries to like?
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. Like, I feel
Botox
like it's like,
is literally botulism toxin.
Oh my god!
And I feel like micro needling is kind of like a villain origin story for your skin. Like it's like you beat it up and then it comes back like stronger and hotter,
stronger than ever before.
Yeah, I do want to talk about Botox and the fact that it's botulism toxin.
Yeah,
is that what you said?
It's literally botulism.
We were talking about this earlier pre-pod, but I just cannot believe like the first person to put Botox into their skin was
like,
so
wow,
brave.
This didn't kill me. Yeah.
Like, what a big risk.
Wait, actually, that'd be a really interesting deep dive to like figure out how they figured that out.
I think that I was looking into this like a year ago, so I actually don't remember anything now, but I believe that they use Botox in other medical contacts first, and then they started doing it for skin.
That makes more sense.
But it
little botulism is intriguing.
I'll be the like critical voice in the room a little bit more, if that's okay.
Go for it, yeah.
Just on my skepticism around skincare. But like I do think that I'm a little bit being disproven because like I feel like you and T are like my friends that are most into it, and you both have like amazing looking skin. So it's partially that I think a lot of it is a scam, and that there's a lot that they just try to sell you, and it's like so hard to definitively say whether something works or not. So like they can just sell whatever. But then like I think there's another part of me that's just like skeptical to the whole idea that we even should be like spending this much money and energy on like anti-aging, like the more like political part of it.
Right. Yeah.
That is not to like say what you're doing is bad, and I totally like I want to look good too. Like, but I don't know. Have you ever read anything by Jessica DeFino, or have you heard of her?
Sounds familiar.
She's a writer that comes across my desk. But she's like a beauty critic, but also like talks a lot about skincare, and like her whole thing is just being like super critical of the whole industry. Like her Instagram bio is "You're gonna die someday, no matter how young you look." She talks a lot about like both sides of that, like one side of products that like don't actually do anything, but are like it's so much like just branding and like marketing, and then the other side of it is like, so what? Maybe it does work, but like, do we need to be spending that much like time and energy? Like, can we just like look older a little bit, and like that's okay?
Totally. I mean, I think there's nuance to both things, right? Like, I think that there are a lot of products that are like they literally don't do anything. And like people are spending so much money on all these products, and I think that's my issue with a lot of the skincare influencers on TikTok too. Because it's like there's, especially on TikTok, like it's a creator economy, so there's an incentive for them to be like sharing new products and promoting new products, like quite literally a financial incentive. Like companies are paying them to do that, or sending them free things, and they want to. So it's like that, and I think like I started to get swept up in that when I was like on my skincare journey, where I was just like spending a ton of money buying all these things, and I was like, wait, I literally don't need these things. But there are also like science-based things that you could do for your skin that are good, like retinoids like actually make a difference in anti-aging and without being like invasive, and like, you know, I think vitamin C is like, you know, there's some science behind it. I don't know like how effective it is, like, you know.
I mean, when they're distilling that many hot dogs to make such a little amount of serum, they better be doing something.
10,000 hot dogs for 1 fluid ounce. Okay, think about it this way. We know that sunscreen works. We know that sunscreen blocks the sun, or it blocks UV rays. So why wouldn't other things also work similarly, right? But we also know that sunscreen is not 100% effective. And
also then there's like, well, then some of the sunscreens actually like might give me cancer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, well, everything does that. So, but it's, and well, that's another thing too that I started researching as well, is like I got into like a rabbit hole about like endocrine disruptors, like separate of, just because like after the LA fires, I was just like, I'm gonna die. Living in LA is gonna kill me. And I was just reading like about endocrine disruptors, and I'm like, wow, the more products that I'm using, like the more risk I have of introducing things that are potentially harmful chemicals to my body. So there is like, I think if you're looking at your health holistically, an incentive to not use a gajillion products, to kind of like find a few that are science backed that are actually effective. And I also think that when you're using a million products on your face, you start diluting them. So like scientifically speaking, like
you want to find like the few
you want to find a few that work. Like I feel like 3 products at one time is like anything more than, and that I'm including like sunscreen and oil. It's like you want to have like something that has some kind of effect, a moisturizer, and then something that like locks it all in, you know, or protects.
And I also think that so much of it comes from what you're putting in your body. Like, what do you think about that? Like, have you noticed any certain foods or like?
Oh, that's something I want to talk about. Like when people talk about like eat your skincare.
Oh, I that's another thing too.
Like I do believe in that, but I also think that I'm seeing a lot of content around that recently. Okay, like I keep seeing this person make skincare gummies. And they look yummy, but I know they're not actually yummy. They just taste like Jell-O.
I've seen mixed things. And this, I think the issue too is that it just hasn't been studied, like about like eating collagen. And like from what I can tell, there's like collagen powders that you can do like big scoops of, and they're disgusting.
Nice, like it's smoothies. They're protein.
They're like protein, and it's like apparently that you absorb more, and that can help with your collagen production. But like it's unclear if it kind of goes to your face. Like it's not totally. But the gummies are like next to nothing, I think. And
I feel like don't really believe in like the skin hair gummies, like that stuff. I'm more talking about just like eating healthy or like
healthy. So some of those work. So I had like hormone related hair loss, but because I like stopped birth control just because it was like driving me crazy.
Kill birth control.
And I started using like Vivisol hair growth, which is like similar to Nutrafol, which is like what people use after like they have babies and they have hair loss. And those actually do work.
Okay.
But it's not like the hair skin gummies. Like that's, you're right. That's
Let me,
bullshit.
like whatever.
Yeah, the let me debloat, let me
jojoba.
let me be horny is one of them. It's like a libido one.
Please.
Yeah, or like let me purr.
Let me purr.
There's also like, have
okay,
you
purr.
Go purr.
Go purr, girl.
You don't go purr, girl. You don't need my permission, baby.
Also, have you seen the people that eat like a ton of carrots to be tan?
Yes. Well, and they're like, carrots have a lot of retinol in them. Like, just put it up. Just get Tretinoin.
Wait,
I
do believe in eating. If you eat a ton of carrots,
No,
I think
I
you do.
that too, but
orange,
I don't want to eat like 3 large carrots a day.
No.
Also, you turn orange, not tan.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said about like gut skin connection. Like if your gut health
everything
is really
everything's
really connected. If your gut health is really, or like, have you like had breakouts when you like eat a bunch of processed foods?
Totally,
like, so like that kind of thing I believe in. Like if you're eating whole foods and whatever, like, or if you have some kind of underlying gut issue like IBS or whatever, that like, obviously, like if you eat something that triggers your IBS, like it will probably have an impact on your skin as well.
Which is crazy because hot girls have IBS.
I know. Famously.
Okay, but going back to what you were talking about earlier, Dan, with like, do we even want to like prevent the aging?
Yeah, let's
like,
talk about that.
I do feel like that's something I struggle with, especially like, I don't know, I feel like I'm like the wrinkliest girl in my office. And I'm like the youngest person there just because like everyone has Botox, or that's like my perception of it.
I think there's also, sorry, finish it up.
So I feel like I definitely have strong feelings right now about Botox. I think people should do whatever they want. Me personally, I'm really trying to resist the urge because I am trying to separate, like, I know this whole conversation has been like, at least for me, skincare lately is very focused on anti-aging, but I'm trying to like, I'm trying to be better about changing the narrative in my mind around like youth and beauty. And it's so hard because we live in a society where it's like looking young does benefit you.
Yeah,
like,
quite literally.
But I will say,
people call you ma'am in the grocery store. I'm like...
But I feel like what I'm going to try to do as I embark on Lili's skincare journey is I'm really trying, like, I know a lot of people, and I think this is true for you, but let me know, like, get a lot of joy just from like the process and the act and the self-care. And I feel like that's not something that I have really like tapped into in the past, and I think I would benefit from it. And so I'm gonna try. This is like, so I feel like I'm like speaking like my mom, but I'm really trying to like have my skincare journey be motivated by joy, not fear. Like if I'm applying a product because I fear like that if I don't wear this every day, I'm going to get wrinkles. Like that's not right. Yeah. But if it's like putting the product on my face and doing this routine, like makes me feel good and makes me feel like cared for. And like then that's something I'm more open to. And I feel like it's kind of just a tonal shift.
Totally. I think that's a really important thing to hit on too. Cause I think that a lot of people probably feel pressure to like have a skincare routine and be into skincare. I think it's totally fine if like you come away from this or from seeing content on the internet and just be like, this is not for me. Like you don't have to do it. You're not going to hurt yourself if you don't do it. You know, it's like you might age a little bit faster, but also genetics play an enormous role. So you might not age faster than me, you know, like
I think about that with Korean skincare a lot too.
Yeah. Like, it's also like Korean people have the best skin already,
right.
You know, like they look young as hell. So like, that's all, you know, there's so much to it. And I think that it's like, for me, skincare has always been something I love. So like, even before I really knew what I was doing, like potion, because I saw like my grandmother's always had like this elaborate skincare routine. And she also does like procedures and stuff, not to out my grandma, but
she looks great.
I don't think she's going to listen to this. And so I always loved that, you know, and my mom to a lesser extent, and like spa and blah, blah, blah. Like I've always been like that kind of
totally.
girl. And so for me, it's like I love doing my skincare, and it is very like self-care. It's like what I do to wind down at the end of the night. It's what I do to make myself feel confident when I'm going out. But like if you don't get joy from it, I don't think that you should do it.
So Kaya, like, it sounds like you're like, I'm going to tell myself that I'm like enjoying the process, but you're still like doing it for the end goal, or are you gonna like
Yeah.
see if you
Or you're
enjoy
gonna
it, and
see
if
if you
you
can find
don't, then you're
joy.
not gonna.
Well, I think if I don't enjoy it, I will stop doing it
Yeah.
naturally because
Yeah.
like
You'll just
I don't
get
want it to be
bored.
something that stresses me
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Totally.
But if it's making me feel good, then I'm gonna try to keep doing it. But I still think that like just who I am personally, it's always gonna be a balance. Like
Mhm.
when I go camping, I'm not gonna like
Yeah.
apply this
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, I don't do it. Yeah, I don't do it when I'm camping or like when I'm
Right.
traveling. I'm not always as good about it. Like,
yeah.
if I have a night out and I'm like kind of drunk when I get home, like I'm not gonna necessarily do my whole skincare. It's like
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my makeup off and put moisturizer on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. But it does make me feel more like an adult who's caring for myself.
yeah. But I think to your point about like, should we be trying to make ourselves look younger? I think that that's also a really important side of the coin to talk about. Like, and I think that is something
Right.
that
It's like,
you also
no,
get,
we shouldn't. But
yeah, and it's also something that like you get more wrapped up into when you're in certain cultures, right? Like I live
Yeah.
in LA, I work in like production, so it's like everything is very like I walk by models and celebrities. Like
Yeah.
everyone is so hot when I go out to the bar, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I mean it's like everything. It's like beauty, like skincare, like body image. It's like no, this shouldn't be what's
Exactly.
important. But
Yeah,
we
but it
also live
is.
under this society.
yeah,
Right.
we
And
live in a society.
It's like it's not our fault. But
Thanks,
it's
not
like
our fault.
Jojoba.
Thanks, Jojoba. Thanks, Jojoba.
It's interesting. Like, I feel like when we were younger, there was such like makeup was so popular, and then like
Yeah.
skincare has totally taken over.
No, I know. Now
now.
teenagers are like have these crazy Sephora routines and stuff,
Yeah,
and it's like
the
we
drunk
were all
elephant.
we were all about like the Wet and Wild palettes.
Yeah.
and, like,
Totally.
yeah.
And now it's like procedures. Like
Yeah.
it's like this shift from like
Oh, now
makeup
there's so much like
to skincare to procedures.
like
Yeah.
like high maintenance things I do to be low
Yes.
maintenance.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
like people like Iris on Love Island where it's like, oh my god, she's so natural, she looks beautiful, not wearing any makeup, but it's like she has
It's like
filler, she has like
exactly.
Botox, she has eyelash
lip blushing.
extensions.
She has eyelash
like,
extensions.
Yeah.
She has her eyebrows like microbladed,
Yeah.
and like she has and it
Yeah.
was like it's funny. I saw a girl on TikTok who like she's like an OnlyFans or like an adult content creator. She actually lives in Seattle, and she's very young.
we
We
know
know
this girl.
her.
I'm a boss.
Young
I'm a
Gravy's
mattress
girlfriend.
actress.
Young Gravy's girlfriend. I love her.
videos.
She did this one that she's like, everyone says you're so natural, and she's like, my nose is fake, my boobs are fake. I got lipo, like I got,
Yeah.
and she's like, I get Botox, I get lip filler, I have eyelash extensions, and I'm like, that's crazy that you do all that, and you're also like natural already, like clearly a beautiful girl, and like have a great body, and like she's also like 23 or 4.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, I do appreciate her going through. Like, and saying what, because like people see her and they're like, she's so young, like I want to look like, and it's like, yeah, even people who are really young get procedures. So like, I know 25-year-olds who are getting Botox, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like, you literally don't
Me
have a line
too.
on your forehead.
Baby Botox.
Baby Botox, which also I've heard,
Not real.
I've heard mixed things on that, where it's like, if you actually stick with it for like a decade, then you might have some more preventative effects, but genetics play a bigger role, and you are then getting Botox for a decade and spending thousands and thousands of dollars.
This is what I don't get. We were talking about this earlier, how it's like, oh, well, if you start getting Botox, you have to do it forever, which is kind of like a funny thing, because it's like, well, you could stop, right? You would just start getting wrinkles and then you could start again if you wanted to stop. But it is crazy how these people in their like early to mid 20s are starting Botox now with the intent to do it for the rest of their life.
Yeah. I mean, because they've also been told that like, oh, if you start young, then you won't age as fast. But it's like, again, there's like, I read a study that was like these identical twins, and one of them did that and one of them didn't. And then like the second the identical twin that did Botox stopped, her face like started to look like the other one. So it's like, again, genetics play a really big role, and it's like it might freeze your muscles and train your muscles, so you might like age slightly more slowly. But again, anytime you stop, you're going to start seeing some signs of aging. Maybe it's like 4 or 5 years less than you would otherwise, but like think about how much money, because you have to get Botox like I guess if you're doing preventative, you could probably do twice a year, 3 times a year, but it's like to actually upkeep Botox, you have to go every 3 months. Yeah. 3 to 4 months. And it's like, really like expensive. $400 to $500 each time, depending where you live, sometimes more. And it's like, imagine how much money that is over the course of a lifetime.
To paralyze your facial muscles.
To put literal botulism toxin in your face.
And it really like bugs me when actresses do it, because I'm like, your whole job is to like be expressive.
Yeah. Well, I think lip filler's crazy too, because also like it like kind of migrates and like
people
who
so
have, like,
weird
uneven lips.
I saw a very scary diagram recently where they had showed like how far into the face lip filler was actually migrating.
Yeah.
When people thought it was just like going away, but it was not going away.
I don't feel like we have had it like popular for a long enough time to
like
see
know
the long term
effects.
effect.
Yeah. I know, and it's like what you're saying with like the micro needling, where it's like there's no, like that seems just like objectively bad for you, that like you would intentionally injure your skin to like cause it to heal faster, and it's like, yeah, that's true. And like I think that's to the nth degree when it's like you're literally injecting botulism into your body, and like fillers that migrate to your face, and like, you know, it's, I think that there's also levels to like doing certain procedures and others. Like I feel like injectables and like those, and like face lipo and like facelifts, like I feel like those are kind of a different level than like doing like laser treatments and microneedling, and all of that in office for at home is also different too. And like red light mask, zip, like skincare, like I feel like it's a pyramid. It's a Maslow's
hierarchy.
You have to eat your 3 carrots before you get filler.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I appreciate that the reason I'm such a big fan and I'm following your routine, I appreciate that Lili's skincare routine that she has shared with us it's not branding focused, first of all. So I feel like at least we're cutting through that bullshit. And
She's
it
not
is
being
like,
paid.
Yeah,
I appreciate that
please pay me. If any brands are listening,
and
I will show for you.
And you tested all these products, so I don't have to. I will say, after a few weeks of using it, I've been getting like sporadic random pimples, but it's nothing
maybe
crazy.
The oil is not going to be right for you.
Maybe
it could be the oil.
It could be, it could be the oil. I also heard that like Tret, you can like sometimes have pimples at first.
So this is kind of scary. For people who start Tret and retinoids, your skin often will do what's called purging.
Yeah, I don't feel like mine is purged. Like it's not like oils and like insane.
That's not necessarily purging. It's just like peeling, and it can be breakouts. And for some people, it's so bad that like I have a lot of friends who like I can't use Tret because like when I started, the purge is so bad. The purge. I have to stop.
Yeah. So we'll see.
You could also try a lower, like a over-the-counter retinoid. It's funny. When I've tried over-the-counter ones, I feel like those are, my face reacts to that worse than like the medical.
Right, because you're a medical girly.
Because I love Big Pharma.
Yes.
Big Pharma sponsor me. RFK come for me.
Yeah.
RFK hates her.
I mean, it's an interesting scene. It's like, I definitely feel mixed about skincare, but I'm grateful for it. I want its effects. Everything in balance.
I don't think it'll be my scene, but I was thinking like, I think it would be really nice if I was like rich or like a celebrity and I had someone just like figure out the perfect routine for me, because I think I'm like way too lazy to like do all the trial and errors. And like I don't think if I just picked up your exact routine, it would like,
my exact
work
routine
for me.
And that's the thing too, is like when we see a lot of these people, not necessarily skincare influencers, but when we see a lot of people who are like big public figures and we see their skincare blah blah, they literally do have people who do that for them. So it's hard to hold yourself to that standard. It's same with like, wow, I can never dress as good as so and so. It's like, yeah, because they have a whole team of stylists
and like everything's tailored just for them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to tell us really fast about the girl who wouldn't let water touch her face?
Have you seen this, Lily?
No.
Well, I feel like I don't really know that much about it. I meant to look into it again before, but I guess to the point of like everyone kind of having different crazy theories about skincare. Like some people being like, we need to flood our face. And then I guess this girl was like, I think she thought it was like an ancient technique of like never getting your face wet.
Oh, girl.
Like she wouldn't let
ancient
water
rabid technique.
She just has to repeat. She wouldn't let water touch her face.
Yeah, that's the
and
Korean
like
skincare.
people would like she had like literally like her face had like was like green. Like it was like so infected.
I feel like you would have shit
Wait,
grow
it was
on your
infected?
face.
Yeah, it was like funguses on her face.
You would get funguses from not
and, like,
washing your face.
People
No, that's not true. 10 and I have two decades of experience.
I wash my face at least a few times a week.
Even just using water alone gets stuff off your face. Yeah.
But she was like, it's okay. This is just part of the process. But I really want to like check in and
check in on her. Someone call her.
See what's going on.
Part of the process.
Someone needs to do a wellness check.
But I'm like, she's probably just trying to get views, but it's like a crazy thing to get views.
Maybe it's just like prosthetic makeup.
Yeah. She just put some like green eyeliner.
She filmed it all in one day, like, and wore different shirts. So Okay, well, should we save our
Yeah, we'll save our Seamster Sisters. We are out of time. But this was so fun, Lily.
Thank you so
Thanks
much
for
for
telling
having
us your
me.
routine.
Oh my gosh, this was a blast. I
This was
learned
such a
so much.
blast. I'm
And
so
I'll be sending you
glad.
progress photos as I continue doing the
Please.
routine.
Regular updates.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.